the same shit as last time.
Welcome to another episode of the Courtside Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Fui. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Courtside Mike.
Hey.
And we have the number one player in the Vets division, John Michael from Los Gallos. Thank you for joining us, John.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Hey, King Gallo.
King Gallo, yes, sir, a.k.a. the three-point champ. I feel like this is like a loop, right? We just recorded about 10 minutes of the show, and I don't know how it got deleted. But we're doing this over.
That was a practice.
Yes, sir.
Practice.
John Michael. Okay, let's start like this. Number one player in Vets. Very, very controversial. The head of the committee, Mike, here can tell you.
Yeah.
Mike, let him know. You're the head committee.
Do I get paid to be head of committee? Because I haven't seen my cash app in a minute.
You see, he just admitted it. He just admitted it. You see that, right?
I don't know anything about the
I
committee.
had a feeling.
even
Yeah,
know
I
who's
know,
in
John.
there.
Thank you.
yeah. I had a
Yeah,
feeling.
come on,
I don't
man.
even know who's in the committee. I'm gonna talk to
Yeah, I
Eddie
know.
and
I know
Vic.
you don't know. I know you don't know.
Listen.
Guy's a liar, bro.
Yes, he's lying. Definitely. Thank you, John. John Michael was ranked number one in Vets. Now, here's the thing. It was extremely, extremely controversial. We have 6 divisions, number one players in each division. The committee didn't get as much hate, feedback, negativity about any other player except John. Well, let's not say we didn't get any negative
No,
feedback.
everybody
We
did.
did. Yeah, we did. But not as much as John Michael.
Mostly me.
That was
Yes.
the most hated ranking, the Vets division.
Yeah.
Because every other division, everybody's gonna argue, I can be above this guy.
Oh,
this
you
guy.
did get it from top to bottom?
I got DMs.
And the committee, yeah. Oh,
No, not in the committee. I got DMs. I haven't been to one of their meetings, so I don't know about the committee. I don't even know where they meet, bro.
yeah. Okay.
We should do a poll. Is Courtside Mike part of the committee? Yes or no? Let's get a vote.
Everybody yes. Everybody on Vice City said yes.
Listen, this is the committee's thinking, okay? And you could make a debate for, you could go even maybe top 10, top 5 in pretty much each division and make an argument as to why one of the players deserves to be number one player ranked. This was a thought process of the committee. John Michael at the time of the rankings was 3-2. Okay, now when we speak about Los Gallos team, don't say it, Mike.
I didn't say
Don't
it.
say it.
King Gallo, a bunch of little chick.
Nah, last time we recorded, each automatic wreck.
No,
Right.
there should be a wreck. I think those Gallos without John Michael would be a wreck team with maybe like KG leading that if he was on that team. With John Michaels, they obviously have more talent, but without him, they'll be fine in the rec division. And that's not a knock on anything because there's a lot of teams that are good in the rec division.
Right, but they're in Vets. John Michael, every single game, he's got to put a lot on his shoulders. Teams are focusing on him,
Doubling him, trapping him.
doubling him, trapping him, face guarding him, best defenders on him. He's got the majority of the responsibility, scoring, facilitating, ball handling. You must be exhausted out there.
And he plays most of the times the better player on the other side. Because sometimes,
Defensive,
like,
he
yeah.
has to guard the better player. Yes. So when we look at this, we take that into consideration. Like we said, he had a winning record at 3-2. His team, we don't feel his supporting cast is as good as other players in the top 5 or top 10 supporting cast, and he still had them at 3-2. That was the main factor. It's not politics. It's straight up
I saw
production.
I mean, the
Okay.
fact that he bought me lunch one day has nothing to do with it.
Did he?
I'm
Is
just
that tampering?
that. Yeah, I bought him Flannies.
flying.
God.
He knows my weak spot.
That's why
Flannies.
Mike ranked him.
And he's
Forget
the head of the committee.
forget everything I just said.
Yeah.
We just all right. Let's end the
You wanna
podcast.
get- you wanna
All right, guys.
wanna
Thank
get
you
ranked
for
higher?
listening.
Send me the flannies.
Listen, Mike. This is just the reality. John Michael has to put a lot on his back, and he was producing at a high level. They were 3-2. That was the determining factor because there was other players that you could make the argument, and it's tough, man. Like these rankings take literally a week, and sometimes the rankings are done, but then we go back, we look at numbers, we look at records, we debate back and forth, and then we finally put it out. John Michael's last game.
And you can kind of argue the top 5 in almost every division or rankings or whatever could jump each other on. Like there's not a big gap. Like there's
Absolutely, yep.
Like his gap. Let's say I think number 2 was David. His gap to David isn't like a giant gap. Like man, he can just take David one-on-one.
You want me to be honest? I didn't think I was gonna be number 1.
Yeah, but you
to
thought
be
you were top
honest.
10 at least.
I thought I was top 10 at least, or maybe
Like
top
last
5.
season you were 8. So.
Yeah, but I didn't think I was gonna be top.
And I would
Number
say
one.
anybody in the top 5 can easily jump anybody else because there's a reason.
There's
why
a lot
top
of good
5.
players in the vets. A lot of good players in the vets. But again, I didn't think I was gonna be number
Mr.
one.
Humble. It's crazy because they come at his neck, but if you know him, he's like a
He's chill.
nice, humble dude. But hey, that comes with the territory of getting that number 1 spot. So, but yeah, of
Exactly.
course, nobody
Nah, I
really
like the competition.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always hungry.
Yeah, man, I don't care. I'm not gonna give up even if I'm losing by 50. I was
Right.
talking to them, Vice City, right? That's their name.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was saying I don't care if I'm losing by 50. I'm still gonna try and try to bring it up to 20. You get me? So,
Right, you're gonna compete.
He
Absolutely.
plays for pride.
This is a situation with Vice City, okay, and Mike touched on it. Well, not on this podcast, but the one that didn't
fake
get
one, the fake
recorded.
one.
The practice
yeah,
one.
the practice one.
Warm up.
And this is a question that we have, and maybe the answer is yes, maybe the answer is no. We're just putting it out there. If you were to get any player on Vice City, and Vice City, shout out to them because they did their job. They
Yes,
played
they did.
against the number 1 ranked player. They came out like dogs, super competitive. That team is
They wanted
stacked.
to prove a point. and
They
did.
wanted to prove a point, and they did, and we're not hating on that. They
Oh, we
came
love
out,
it.
they won by 50 points. Shout out to them. Let's give them a round of applause.
I love that. I love that energy. I love that fire. I love when you're mad that you're ranked low or your team's not in the top 5 ranking and you're like, okay, let's prove a point. I love that because then you come out as a different dog. You're hungry, you're mad, you're angry. It's like Cujo on the court. I love it.
100%. So they did their job. But now our question is this. If you get any player, because they're loaded,
Not
Santi
even Vice
Diego,
City. Not even Vice City.
Steve
Injury
Wash,
Hub, too much sauce. You get any
And-
top ranked player.
100%. And you switch positions. You get one player on their team. You put him on Los Gallos. John Michael goes to the other team. Will one of the other top players in the division be able to have the success that John Michaels had with Los Gallos if he were to be replaced by another player in, let's use the top 10? Maybe the answer is yes. Maybe the answer is no. We just feel with his skill set and his game, his scoring, but also facilitating and ball handling, playmaking,
IQ, yeah.
right, IQ, he's been able to get the max out of his team that we don't think that any other player would be able to do. Is that fair to say?
He's doing what LeBron did when Kyrie went down and Love went down. He's like, okay, who? J.R. Smith, Shumpert. Okay, who else am I left with? That's what he's doing pretty much.
Correct. And to your defense, John, you have not played with a stacked team yet, and there's a lot of players in this league that, to be quite frank, every team that they're on is full of other players that are really good.
Yeah.
So when you're winning at such a high rate like that, it's like, okay, we're not knocking you for that because you still have to do your job.
Exactly.
Teams still have to win, and every championship team is good. But don't start knocking a guy that, can't, is not win, or this, they're not winning, or they blew you out, but it's not like you have that supporting cast. So until we see a player play with not so much around them, but carry their team, elevate them, still win and still produce without a stacked team, that's really like, shit, damn, that guy's really good because the amount they have to do, and they're not just a role player.
If I was 0-6, it would be different.
You wouldn't be ranked in the top, maybe top 10. You would not be ranked in the top 5.
Exactly.
If you were at the time, you were 3-2. If you were 0 you were
At 3-2.
I was 3-2.
yeah. If you were 0-5, you would not be ranked because, like we said, wins is a huge factor when we're
course.
making these player rankings.
I'm not
Yeah.
going for points. I'm going for wins.
No,
That's
we
what
get
I
that a
care
lot.
about.
We get
So-
that a lot with teams that one player will score 50, 60 points.
And they lose.
And they lose.
You know how
Like,
frustrating
yo,
that is?
I should be player of the week. Well, you should get a dub. Then you can be
Yeah.
player of the week.
Exactly.
Because you'll get player of the week
100%.
if you get 30 points and get a W.
And we spoke about that with Christopher Fox. Like, you just, like, it's not about individual. Of course, it's about individual stats in terms of what you're producing for your team. But if your team's not winning, you're not going to be in the individual. You're not going to be getting any individual accolades, right?
Exactly.
Do I feel like your team's one of the top teams? No, but I do think you had them at 3-2, and it was a big accomplishment. So you got rewarded for that. What is the ceiling for your team? Where do you see Los Gallos going this season?
I mean, honestly, anything's possible, honestly. So
Well, 3-3,
after
they should
after
be a
last
playoff
game,
team.
after last game, it was kind of embarrassing. But I talked to my team after, and I told them, I'm like, we're not gonna go down like that. You get me? So I don't know how the playoffs are. I don't know if we made the playoffs. I don't know because we're 3-3 now, so we're even. We're in the 500.
Right.
So I think will make the playoffs, but
I think they will because there's a lot of teams that are under the 3-3.
I think, but
What's gonna happen is
winning a
this.
championship, I don't know about it this season, but I think it's possible. Anything's possible, honestly.
You know, it'd be
You got
funny
me?
if Vice City, how we lit a match to Vice City with the rankings. It'd be funny if Vice City lit a match to those Gallos and they come out playing like dogs next game,
Yeah,
like embarrassed. Because some people are like that.
I mean,
They're
we're embarrassed, man.
My
Honestly.
personal opinion, I'm one person. I don't think you guys could beat Vice City, but you could prove us wrong. Listen, you guys are 3-3. North Miami team 2-3. Sot Squad 2-3. Webb 2-3. They have one more game. You better hope they all lose.
It's all
And
by
if they
point
do win,
differential.
it's gonna be point different or head to head is first. So if there's another team that's 3-3, let's say North Miami team wins and they're 3-3, and you beat them, then you get that edge automatically.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to be watching because there's 3 teams that are really determining your fate. It's out of your hands at this point.
Yeah.
But we do want to see you make the playoffs. You are the number 1 player, so we want to see you in there. And
course.
Mike, you know what's crazy? They might get an opportunity
To play
Rematch.
Vice City.
to play Vice City.
I know.
The
I
first
saw.
two-
I saw.
Oh, that's
He-
must
no,
see.
he's watching.
Oh, he's ready. So
I saw.
you
Because the first two get a bye, right? In that division.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes. So, John, let me ask you a question. You're a humble guy, but you came out as the number 1 player. They came, and let's be honest, they shut you down. You did have your 21 points, but they were not 21 points that impacted
They were
winning
not
because you
easy.
lost by 50.
They were
Yeah, and they
not
were not easy.
Yeah.
They were trapped. They were doubled. They were fouled. Yeah, man. It was. I saw the game. It was tough.
Talk to us. How do you feel about Vice City if you were to play them again? What's your mindset going into that game? If you were to play, and how was your what did you think about the last game you guys played?
Like, honestly, I feel like my team wasn't ready, including myself. You got me? I didn't expect that. They came out with a lot of intensity, but I feel like I need to change myself and also kind of pass the ball more a little bit. You know, I talked to my
Trust
team a
your
little
teammates.
bit, but also we got to play better defense, man. Honestly, that's what I was talking about with my team. But I think we could beat them, man. Honestly, I think we can. If we play the right way and we play a really good game, I think we can.
Did you
Even if I score 25 points or less than that, I know my team could do it. Honestly, I believe in my team. Even though they're not the best, I know a lot of people think that they need to be in the rec, but I think they can, man.
I think they're competing good in vets.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they'll be better in
we-
rec, but they're competing.
We're supposed to be in the rec, right? That's what a lot of people say, but we're 3-3.
in a higher division.
And I know I'm not scoring 60 points a game. I'm scoring maybe 30. I don't know. I'm not doing the numbers, but maybe 30 points a game. So the other points, they're getting produced
Right.
on my team.
So they do get some credit. They are producing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that does make sense. Let me ask you something, because I know, you're a humble guy, as people see. You don't like to boast or brag, but you're also extremely competitive. You don't get the number 1 player ranking without being a competitor. It doesn't matter how skilled or talented you are. If you've seen John Michael, it's not like he's 6'5", just getting the ball and making layups. Physically, he's not the most intimidating. So he's out there competing and he's skilled. You have to, as a competitor, because they weren't just playing it, they were talking shit to you. Vice City was.
Yeah, they were a lot.
How do you feel about that? Did it piss you off or?
Like, did it get under your skin?
Not really. I mean, I didn't really show a lot of emotion. You got me? I just kept playing my game honestly. But I was talking shit back too. But at the end of the day, it's all love, bro. Like, I'm not here to get in a fight. I'm not here to do anything like that. But yeah, they were talking a lot of shit. A lot.
But do you have? Does this give you more motivation for when you play them again?
Of course, man. I'm ready for the next game. I'm ready. And if it's dumb or it's not dumb, I'm still ready. I'm coming. So
Mike, this is must see TV, man. Mike? Is there anything you could do as part of the committee to
make
maybe
that happen?
like make this happen? Like maybe do some tampering or something? Come on, Mike.
and it's not me. It's my team is ready too. They're
Man, I don't even know what can be done because I have no idea what pools courtside Mike has.
it's
a great joke.
us, man.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Whatever, bro.
What I do like about Vice City, though, after all the trash talking, I didn't see everybody, so I'm not going to say everybody did because I didn't see everybody, but the majority of the people went up to him, shook his hand. Good game, good game.
I even got a DM from Diego. And
Okay.
He told me that, way to play, whatever. It's all love. And I'm like, yeah, same way, bro. He shot great. He had like 34 points.
Yeah, he's a bucket.
He was
Shoots
on
from the
fire. Like,
outside.
That's
Yeah.
Mr. Chick-fil-A. That's Diego's Mr. Chick-fil-A. He was
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A
like
after
the
release.
50 piece, right?
He's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
going off. He's been
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a great
yeah.
season for
So credit
He's a
to
good
him,
shooter.
man.
for Vice City and for Kendall Lake. He's been going off. Yeah, so shout out to him and respect.
Yeah, he's a good shooter, man. When he gets going,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a long game for whoever's playing him.
Yep, absolutely. As we go to the Vets division, Too Much Sauce is 5-0.
Yeah.
Can you give us some thoughts on them?
Those are like my boys, basically.
Okay.
You know? I know them from like playing basketball on Thursdays.
Who specifically?
Chris.
Losada?
Yeah, Chris, Diego. Who else?
They have a big guy that was an addition this season.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Old the Fro, yeah, I forgot.
He's tough,
Something with
man.
a K, right?
Yeah, he was definitely ranked in the top 10, I believe. But he's
He's a big man back to
Yeah.
the basket. Like we were talking about yesterday with
He's a big guy. He could shoot. He could drive. He could dribble. He's,
Yeah, no,
he's
he's
yeah,
good.
but he
skilled.
likes playing in the paint, which I like. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about the other day
with Fox.
Yeah,
he's extremely
he likes
physical.
playing back to the basket and get the ball, move with feet work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bang.
it's gonna be tough. He's a tough matchup for anybody in Vets. So they're right now sitting at 5-0, and then at 5-1, they already played their 6 games injury hub. I know you played them towards the beginning of the season as
First
well.
game,
Both
the
of them.
first game.
Yeah, what do you think about them?
I think they're really good too. I mean, to me, I don't think they're supposed to be in the Vets, but I guess they had like one guy injured,
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy
so
with that.
so they dropped down.
It's a
you know?
lot of controversy. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to
They had
get
a
them
big-
on here.
They had
But,
a big
I
guy,
mean,
a big piece that.
Like I
that-
said, like anything's possible. Like they have a loss. You get me? So I didn't think that they were gonna lose, but I think that game they didn't have everybody that day.
they lost
so-
to a 100% bucket.
Yeah,
Yep, they did.
and we beat 100% bucket.
Did you really?
Yes, we did.
Wow.
I don't know if they were missing anybody or not.
I don't
but
know.
it
They're 4-1 right now, and that team is
That one
and
them.
that's their only loss. Us.
that's their only loss. Yeah. So you guys are. It's possible for you guys to pull off an upset.
Yeah, man. Anything's possible. Well, in basketball, anything's possible. I'm just saying.
But your team is gonna have, we've seen it. You see it in the NBA level all the way
we gotta
down. But
perform.
yeah, but your supporting cast definitely needs to perform, because when teams key on you, especially in a playoff game,
Yeah.
they need to be able to produce, and they're gonna
He
get
was missing a
opportunities.
guy though. He was missing a Mike, right?
Yeah, I was missing 2 guys that
Oh,
day.
2 guys. Mike
Missing
and Fabio.
Mike. That he's.
Oh, so you
he's
were
a
missing
shooter.
guys.
I was yeah.
Against who?
against Vice City.
Mike is a little bit of an offensive.
Yeah.
Purpose
Oh,
in the
against
court.
Vice
And
City.
He can shoot a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, Mike can shoot a little
Yeah.
bit. He sometimes brings down the ball, so John Michael.
He'll be
doesn't
there
have
next
to.
game.
He plays good defense, and then you have Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio, Mark.
Okay.
It's a big guy in the paint.
Yeah.
He helps a lot.
No, he
Rebounds
hustles.
and
He
stuff.
hustles. He's definitely 50-50 balls,
Yeah.
rebounding.
And it helps because they're getting tired. I mean, they're getting trapped. They're getting a
Yeah.
lot of doubles. There was a lot of.
Yeah.
They had Vice City did have a lot of subs, and it's not to knock Vice City. Their game was. They played. That's the best game they could have possibly played with their offense, with their defense. They got them tired, but they only had one guy on the bench, and you can tell they were a little gassed.
No, I was gassed.
Yeah.
I was gassed.
So to have another 2 people coming in and out, switching, that would have been good for them. It probably would have made the game a lot closer than 40 points. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, again, shout out to Vice City. They played the way they're supposed to play.
Yes, sir. We're recording this early morning on a Saturday. We have games coming up, so we have about 5 minutes roughly here. There's a couple questions that we want to ask you. Last season, in the first ever All-Star Weekend for courtside basketball, you were the 3-point champ. Not only were you the 3-point champ, you put on a show. Talk to us a little bit about that experience.
Well, when I woke up that morning, I told myself that I was gonna win.
You're lying, because I was in it.
Yeah, exactly. And I told myself I was gonna be free. That's what I said. I said I was gonna be free. I still think Fui is a little mad at me about that. But
That's why he kept you in vets. That's why he
Yeah,
gives you all
yeah.
the hard teams to play.
Nah.
Yeah,
But,
like I had you ranked like 12, and then Mike was like, "Nah, he's 1." I was like, so you put on a show, man, and it was what was cool about it in the final round. It was you had a head-to-head battle with
Steve.
with Steve Wash.
Actually,
Yeah, that's
every
right, Vice
round-
City.
Every round he had 28. He was trying to hit that 30.
Yeah.
And he was actually mad because he went, I think, 2 or 3 rounds
Yeah.
right there. And he's like, nah, I can hit the 30.
I
Before we
didn't-
leave, I'm hitting 30.
I didn't get anything under 25.
So the listeners that aren't familiar with All-Star Weekend, or maybe are new to courtside and just tuning in, we do our 3-point contest a little bit different. It's not racks from 5 different spots. You could pick whatever spot you want. You have a minute with 2 rebounders. They're just feeding you the ball and you're shooting.
Yep.
Actually, I think it moved up to 3 rebounders because you had 2 rebounding and one guy.
And one pass, right?
Yeah.
2
One passer.
rebounders, 1 passer. 1 minute, pick the spot. You can move. You can do whatever you want. You're trying to make as many threes as possible, which made it extremely exciting. We had about 30 shooters,
We got a lot of
roughly. Whoever had the top 15 scores advanced to the second
I
round.
think
Then
it
I
was
think
gonna be more, right?
what's
No,
that?
I think it was gonna be more shooters, but they didn't end up coming.
Yeah, so there might have I think
No, we
there
had
was
about
supposed to be
30, but we had
yeah.
people come in and out. That
Yeah, we added a couple people that were
Oh,
there in
okay, okay,
attendance and for guys that couldn't show up.
He actually, the first round he went against Beastu, which is a big.
No, I never ended up going against.
No,
these
the
two.
first round you guys were on the opposite.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
never
It was never head to head, but
Right.
it was on each side, and both of them scored high points.
Yeah.
So it's like he's competing on the same court with the same top.
Yeah.
scorer. Because then after that, I don't know who he had after that, but towards the end he had Steve Wash twice. Steve Wash is
So
the shooter.
so once it got to the championship round, then it became head to head. So then we had 1 minute, 1 shooter on each side of the court. You had the stands, you had the obviously, the scoreboard and the mic kind of, saying the score out loud on the microphone. So it was super exciting head to head battle. You guys were shooting it out. First it was supposed to be 1 round in the championship to begin with, right?
Yep.
There was some controversy whether it was a tie. It was tied. John Michael shot a 3, I think, right at the buzzer.
Yeah.
There was some controversy of how many points you had, or whether the shot whether you got it off on time. Correct.
Yeah.
But you made it. There was probably
Oh,
8.
because it was gonna be tied, and then he hit the last shot at the buzzer. He made it, so he won.
Yeah.
But then there was controversy that shot shouldn't count.
Yeah. A lot of people were saying no, and a lot of people were saying yes.
I would say about 70% of the gym was saying yes that you should have won.
Yes.
And 30% was his family, but that's fine.
Right. No, the 70% was his family.
Yeah,
The other
70% was my whole family came.
So I went over to John Michael and I said, listen, this is a tough decision. We don't have it on camera. Here's the thing. By vote, you're probably going to win this thing. But a champ, you don't want to win it like this, right?
I don't.
Go again, be the real champ, and beat him again. What happened when we
gassed
ran
him
it
up.
back?
You gassed him. I was there when you were talking to him.
Mike, because you don't want to win it like that.
No, but you told him, like, the way you're saying is so nice. You're like, man, you really gonna win it
That's
like
not
that?
how he said it.
Yeah, he was like, you really gonna win it like that, bro? I would, if that was me, I would shoot it
Yeah,
out. with
yeah,
I would do it again,
I would
yes.
say, bitch, bring it. That's right. And you,
Yeah.
But I love his reaction because a lot of people
like,
would have
let's
said,
go.
no, I won that. You know, I made it. And no, I'm not going to do it again. And a lot of people would have done that. What I respect about you was that you said, yeah, let's do it again.
But
And
a
he said
minute
calm.
30, a minute 30, the same time.
A
Because
minute
we were supposed to do it like 30 seconds or like a minute.
Right.
I
You're
said
like,
the
nah.
full minute 30.
So
again.
no, let's run it back. Same
Exactly.
exact thing, a minute 30.
Exactly.
Like just how we're running back this podcast.
Yes.
Same way. You ran it back and what happened?
I won.
And it
So
was still
a lot
close.
of people were saying that I won twice. And a lot of people
Yep.
were saying,
I mean, you
but
could say that.
At the end of the day, I was coming out to win, and credit to all the shooters that day, especially Steve Wash. He shot great, but he told me when we played him yesterday? No, it was Thursday.
Thursday.
Right.
He says that this was payback for the 3-point contest.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He's a competitor, man.
Yeah.
He wants to win too. That
Yeah.
was a great battle. If we have the 3-point contest again, we haven't decided if we're gonna do it this season or every other season. We'll have updates on that.
You need to do it.
Will you defend
Yeah.
your title?
I will.
Thank
we got new
God.
shooters. We got it.
I will.
I think Dante
Can't wait
said
to
he
beat
might
him.
come out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fui,
yeah.
Fui is coming out.
No, I'm winning it.
You got a looping
100%.
machine and everything.
We gotta
Yeah,
get,
that's why I got the machine.
we got to get Quincy on there. Oof.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Might not tell Quincy.
Get the
Trying
guy
to
with
win
the
that.
backwards hat. Get the guy with the backwards hat.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
one ranked.
John, real quick, can you tell us briefly a little bit about your basketball journey? When did you start playing basketball?
I started in middle school, like late
How old are you now?
21.
21. You started late in middle school?
Yeah.
What were
like,
you doing before then?
I was playing baseball all my life since I was little.
Wow.
I was
that
a baseball
sucks.
player. Yeah. A lot of people don't believe me, but I was a baseball player, and honestly, I was.
You're a baseball player?
Yeah, I was.
I don't believe you.
You see? There you
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for you.
But
I believe you. I just feel bad for you.
I started like 7th grade.
What position?
No, he started playing
I
basketball
started
in
playing
7th grade.
basketball in 7th grade.
What school were you at?
St. Agatha.
St. Agatha.
Yeah.
And that's when you first picked up basketball. Randomly, how did that happen?
I just saw like I was playing in PE and I liked it. You get me? And I wasn't bad, honestly. You know, obviously I needed to practice and stuff, but I wasn't that bad, and I enjoyed the sport. But at the time, I liked baseball a little bit better. But when I was going to like 8th grade, 9th grade to high school,
Right.
I kind of told myself, I told my mom, I was like, look, like I think I'm gonna stop playing baseball to play basketball.
Okay. I know a little bit about your past. I've known you for some time. So you ended up going to St. Brendan High School.
Yep, correct.
How was your experience there?
Oh man, I wish I could go back. Honestly, I loved it.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it, and
Did you play all 4 years or
I did. I played
JV, varsity?
first 2 years. So my freshman, sophomore year, played JV, and then my junior, senior year, I played on varsity.
Who was your coach your freshman, sophomore year in JV?
It was Javi
Okay.
for my freshman and sophomore year. It was Javi, and then junior, senior year was Coach K.
Coach Kevin Esteban.
Yep.
How would you rate your career individually in terms of a player? Like, were you a player? Because there's a lot of players that maybe were decent in high school, and then once they got older, they mature later, and they just gain more experience and more confidence. There's some players that get better really after high school. Like their 20s is when they become really good. There's some players that were really good in high school, but then everybody caught up and were not as good. How would you what would you say about yourself?
So in high school, I was more like a spot up shooter, basically.
Right.
So I had a guy that would come down, pass it to me, I was spot up and shoot, and also I could drive. You get me? But that was my game in high school.
Right.
So when I got out of high school, I was more like, now you see me and I would dribble and I started like doing those type of moves. And
you
I'm
bring
more
up the ball too.
Yeah, and I bring up the ball. I never used to do that in high school, pretty much.
Right.
But
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
I feel like now I feel a lot more comfortable bringing up the ball and stuff like that. But in high school, I was never like that. I was just a 3-point specialist.
3-point
I
specialist.
like the way you put that.
I love
like
that.
the way you put that.
Before we let you go, next season, what are your plans?
My plans?
Are you gonna stick with those
can't say.
guys, or you're not gonna?
Can't say, man. It's a
Wow,
surprise.
Mike. Unbelievable. He's
I
gonna
can't
do
talk
us like
either. I'm his
this.
manager, I can't talk either.
Mike, can you give us any info? You're his agent.
Yeah, Mike is my manager.
The people want to see John Michael on a team with players that are good, very good. I'm not bashing your players. Shout out to your players because you have good players.
I
They
told him
want
he
to
should
see
still play with them.
I will
be
tell
on
you
two
this.
teams, but they want to see you on more of a stacked team. What would you do then?
I will tell you this.
Oh
I
God.
am gonna bring my team down to the rec.
Okay.
Gonna have them there, but I'm also gonna join another
Second
team.
team.
In a higher division.
Yes, that I already joined, but I cannot. Say.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Breaking news.
Okay,
Yep.
that I didn't know. So
Yeah,
So you have a
Nobody
team
knows.
already behind the scenes.
only my girlfriend.
And the team's good.
It is good, and we picked up.
So now
some good
let's
people.
see. Okay, now John Michael's getting help with some friends. He's joined the power
I know
team.
a bunch of people
Now he
want him.
switched roles. Let's see what's up now.
Yeah, let's see. I'm ready, man.
John Michael,
And I'm still going for that number 1 spot.
Ooh, okay. I thought he was humble. This guy's not humble.
he's building a little courage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous coming
Hey
into
man,
the
you got
podcast.
it. Yes, you listen. Number 1 spot. You got to act like it. You got to carry on that chip on your shoulder. I know you're humble, but people are coming at you now. So
And
Yeah,
the
I know.
sportsmanship, being a number 1 and going through a 40-point loss, having shit being talked, and he was still humble enough to shake hands. That's sportsmanship too. Like I hate to see people when they lose, they just walk off.
Of course, man. They beat me.
Everybody's
That's it,
different. I
fair and
get it.
square.
Everybody's different. But like you see this man go up to them, shake hands. I was like, man, that takes a lot, man. You got your ass kicked, and in front of people, like it's on IG and stuff like that. And he's like, all right, good game, and walk it off.
that's why we respect him, man.
Not everybody. can do that.
Character. Yep.
Appreciate it.
John Michael, we know you're an extremely busy guy. You got a lot on your plate. We want to thank you for joining us.
No, thank you guys for having me here today, man. Appreciate it.
Mike,
I'm good, man.
any last words?
I enjoy the podcast with AKA Chupapi Muñaño, King Guy over here, number 1.
And don't forget, 3-point champ.
3-point champ. Put
Yeah.
some respect on his name. I'm good.
1-time 3-point champ. This next 3-point contest, he's not winning it. You heard it here first.
Okay, let's see.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Hey.